Hello. Today we are talking about procurement maturity model. Procurement maturity model is nothing but comparing a procurement organization against the best practices followed by other companies or other international organizations. It comprises of several best-in-class practices, a total of 70 best practices, which is uh, which is put together as a benchmark for comparing your organization against the other organizations, so that you could find out the gap and then work towards achieving the world-class status. Let me just explain how it works. This maturity model is broken down into 6 areas in a pyramid. The bottom 2 areas of the pyramid are called inhibiting and performing. The middle 2 areas of the pyramid are called enabling and optimizing. And the top 2 areas are called best in class and world class. So you will have to figure out where do you fit in this overall pyramid and then work onwards from there. Let's discuss individually what does this actually mean. When you fall into the bottom end of the pyramid, which is inhibiting and performing, it means that procurement is only an afterthought. People are not engaged with procurement and people are reluctant to talk to procurement. Also, the employees or the procurement staff is highly disengaged. So they are not actively involved with the procurement activities. Hence a least amount of interest from the rest of the organization. The middle portion of the pyramid is when a procurement organization is seen as a value-add organization. So it's better than the bottom rung. So you are considered a function which adds value to the overall purpose of the organization. It has some customer engagement compared to the bottom part where customers are simply not engaged, as well as procurement does follow some best practices. So you're in the middle of the road. Going forward, the top two rungs of the pyramid is when you are considered, or procurement organization is considered as strategic. So procurement organization reports into the C level, most likely to the CEO of the organization. It has a high level of customer satisfaction. It has some matrices which drives its performance and measures its performance, as well as it has supplier diversity all over the processes. So how does it work? The way it works is we usually go into individual areas to look into the overall performance so that we get a holistic picture of the overall view. And these 7 areas are classified as customers, organization, policy and staff, tools and value, and vendors. Let's talk about the nuts and bolts of it. So there are about 70 um, best-in-class sections or best-in-class practices that have been put together as a benchmark. And the way it works is it's simply an Excel spreadsheet where you rank your organization against the best in class, and at the end of this process, this spreadsheet churns out your score. I've taken one example to show you how it works. So it's just a cut and paste from just one area, which is a subset of the customers. So within customers, we are trying to assess if procurement has procurement manuals, how good they are, or do they actually have a manual. So there are different rankings that you can assign to your organization. For example, if procurement does not have a manual, you score them as 0. On the other hand, if procurement has a good instruction manual, which is complete in all respect, then you assign a score of 3. So the process is here where you have ranked, or we have ranked 1, which is procurement instruction manuals exist, incomplete or not current. So that's the ranking for this organization. The total score that comes out for this organization is only 0.2, but the best practices suggest that it should be 0.6. So this Excel sheet actually churns out the outcome and suggests that okay, there is a significant gap. And at the end of the process, you get your scorecard. So in this case, the world-class organizations can go up to a score of 21, but this organization only got 6.78, which is quite low. And it's not a big surprise. I have done few audits in various organizations based on this PMM, and I've seen that on the get-go, when procurement organizations are a bit immature, their score is usually between 2 to 3 or maximum 4. And as long as you identify the risk, as long as you identify the gaps, work towards those gaps in all those 6 areas, eventually it takes you about 3 to 4 years to reach to the kind of a best in class, or maybe the world class area, and reaches up to maybe a score of 19 to 20. So as someone very rightly said, what gets measured gets done. So unless we do a proper job in assessing where we are, what's the gap, and how to bridge that gap, we would never be able to become a value-add procurement organization. Thank you.